And then I'll go to pro wrestling as well.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored. I'm here with my man, Alan. We are the Bridge and Tunnel Connect, Nolan Hash, and the Beast from the East.
With the least research. Good man.
Alan, I saw you. I thought I fucked up because you go right along with me with your eyes. I could see your eyes go, and you're nodding, and you're going, yup, you got it right. You did it. Yup. I didn't know if I did it or I fucked up. Like, it took me a second. I was like, oh, I got it. Okay. So, I've been fucking that one up. But what's up, John? John in the chat already. Good afternoon, brother. Yeah, man. Real quick, as always, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the thumb. We appreciate you doing that for us. UncensoredAlliance.com. You find everything we do. Email us at AEW Uncensored Podcast at gmail.com if you'd like. We are also on Facebook at AEW Uncensored Podcast. We have a group and a page. Throw that in the search bar. You'll find both. Like the page, join the group. We're on all third-party podcast applications. We are also on Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, and of course iTunes. Please write us a review on iTunes. We'll get to iTunes and reviews in a second. And as always, you want to join the show? Click the link in the description on Skype for Skype and send us a message, and we'll link up sometime. The guy, the fish man you could see on the screen right now called us Cornette Light. Supposedly the guy who was him messaged me on Skype, and he saw my reply where I said, well, come on the show, and he's ignored it. So that's not happening, or he's just trolling me, and he's not really the guy. He just figured, why not? So there's that.
I thought, sorry to interrupt though. I thought that you had mentioned last week, because I know I wasn't on the show last week, but I thought we were talking in the background. I thought that he actually did say, yeah, I'm willing to come on. And you thought that he might come on last week.
No, he said, I'm the guy. I do have balls. So he has balls to message me.
Okay.
Let's see if, and I said, well, then come on the show and, let's discuss. Let's have a little debate, let's see what we're bullshitting.
Right.
So, real quick off the top, Alan's got a little bit of news he wants to share. He is going full-blown Howard Stern, a.k.a. Teacher of the Year.
Yeah.
You actually might be back when teachers go back to school.
Yeah, so I to be honest, I always got a little irritated. I've been watching the shows that I'm not on because I'm going to watch the show I'm not on. And Bill's always saying, Howard Stern's not here. He's gone for the summer. I'm like, I'm not gone for the summer. I'm here every other week. And it does actually turn out that this will be my last show for a few weeks. I'm back at the very beginning of September when teachers return. So yes, I'm on a teacher schedule. I am slowly making moves to getting back to California. I have to go back to California at the end of August. So I have a lot to take care of on the weekends leading up to then. I can't do anything during the week because I work like a madman from both coasts. So by the time I'm back on this show, I'm going to be on the West Coast. We're still going to keep the time where it is. So I'll be going on at 12:05, in that case, my time. And I got to still figure out my situation there, whether or not I'm going to be still doing biweekly or if it's going to be back to weekly. I got to see what's going on when I'm back and seeing what the terrain is. But then on top of that, I'll be back on the East Coast probably sometime in the beginning of 2022, since I'll be going to Florida. So yes, I'm tracing all over the place. So there will be a point where we're going to be the New York Florida Connect. Isn't there what's the road that takes you from New York to Florida when you drive straight down?
I-95.
So we're going to be the I-95 Connect. We're going to be the I-95 Connect once I'm in Florida.
We'll still be the beast.
We'll still be the beast from the east. So we'll be back to being beast from the east. So yes. So
and the I-95.
The I-95 Connect. There you go.
Hey, listen. A lot of drugs and guns are ran through the I-95.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the East Coast corridor to fucking criminality.
Exactly. So that's the plan. Yeah. Just a programming note. So yeah, this is the last time you'll be seeing me until the very, very beginning of September. It'll be the Sunday before Labor Day that I'll be back.
So you hear that, Dub and Simon?
Yeah. And let me just shout out as well. I know, Dub, you've been jumping in quite a bit, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you for that. I have been enjoying the shows quite a bit that you and Bill have been doing. So thank you for stepping in when you have. Simon, same deal. Anytime you step in, I really appreciate that as well. So you guys are definitely the extended AEW Uncensored family, and it's greatly appreciated from here. So thank you.
Yeah, and you want to have a little fun at Jimmy's expense or what?
Go for it.
Are you ready? So I've been complaining about fucking AEW action figures, and how me and Alan both are big toy guys, and the problem is getting these chases. We can't even find AEW in the stores, let alone chases. So of course I got an APB out in my toy group crew, like Alan's part of it, and it's like, hey, look, I'm looking for AEW chases. Like, I have all the regular ones. I need this one, this one, this one. So fucking yesterday, Jimmy goes to his Target, and he's always saying how he never finds anything, and he finds a Chase Jericho from the new wave. I think it's wave 6 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. He goes, nah, bro, I'm keeping this, All of a sudden, he's an AEW collector or a wrestling figure collector out of nowhere. He totally fucking is like, nah, man, I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it. So I said, I now want pictures every day on the newspaper next to the date. I want to see this fucking thing still in his hand. All right, man. I knew. Like, the only motherfucker to find the shit that cares about it is him, right? Apparently, So all of a sudden he collects and he's gonna keep it. So whatever. What can I do? He's like, yeah, I'm keeping it. Nah, for real. So we all know that's bullshit. It's going up on eBay as soon as possible. He's talking about 200 bills, All right, bro. Remember when I had blood for you? You made your blood, right? When Major Blood was here, I had a Major Blood for you. Me and Eddie we had some money back and forth. We owed each other, so he just sent you. The plan is to send you one because I gave one to Alan. So we kind of just did a reverse, where I was gonna give you one, and I was gonna see Alan before. Whatever, you weren't, so that's how it went. Anyway. Let's move on. I just want to rip Jimmy a little bit. You thought it'd be fun to talk about, so if you want to say some shit, have some fun.
Well, I do want to ask you, do you you should keep a running search on eBay specifically for this Jericho figure and just keep looking at new auctions and
from Connecticut.
From Connecticut. Exactly.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because if he posts it on Facebook, I'm going to catch him. I'm going to catch you on Facebook. Like, you can't get out from that. All right, so there's that.
I do have one other thing about the figures, though, since we're talking about the figures. So I happened to see some preview images of the Wrestling Superstar one with Cody. And number one, I'm a little worried because I think you had sent me something that there might be like a Walmart exclusive version that has like lighter skin.
Yeah, with red trunk. No, he has red trunks.
Is that the exclusive? It's the red trunks. That's all it is, then great. Yes. Then I'm fine. Right. But I saw that it really is.
What's up, everybody on Facebook, by the way?
What's that?
What's up to everybody on Facebook? Just want to say
what's up, Facebook? Yes.
Shout us in the chat.
So what I'm really impressed by, now I'm glad, like I remember you were thinking my Wrestling Superstars background was all WWE, but now no, this is officially AEW now because they really do have the entire branding. And what impressed me was, I don't know if you saw this, they showed pictures of the file card in the back. We call it the file card because we're G.I. Joe guys.
Right.
It looks exactly like the old Wrestling Superstars down to the fucking font on the type.
That's cool.
And it includes a poster that's just like the old Wrestling Superstars poster.
Oh, really? I didn't know it included a poster.
So they're going all out with this line to make it look exactly like the old Wrestling Superstars line, which is very exciting. So cool. Now, because Bill already knows, and I've already been breaking this anyway, I've said I'm not going to be collecting anymore. But now I may need every one of these fucking LJNs because
of course
this is impressive to me. Like,
of course,
we'll see, because I might get this one. I might not be impressed with it. I'm not happy with the skin tone. I think it's way too dark, and I don't know. I feel like I thought that I had seen an in-hand pick compared to a Hulk Hogan from '84. and it was much lighter in tone, but maybe that wasn't a final image. And then maybe like the later images, like you were saying, the later images, the skin tone is much darker. So I'm not really sure why, because I felt like even when Padawer was doing the LJNs for Jax for WWE, the skin tone was very reminiscent of the skin tone of the old wrestling superstars from '84. So I don't know why these are much darker now. It's very weird. I mean, again, I'll have to have it in hand to really be able to tell. But I am excited with the direction that they're going with it. I like how they're doing all of these homages to the original Wrestling Superstars line. It is one of my favorite toy lines of all time. If I had to go with like one of my favorite toy lines of all time, I always say G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, and the fourth outfielder is Wrestling Superstars. That's always been my jam. And Wrestling Superstars got me into wrestling. I may have mentioned that before. Like, I don't think I would have gotten into wrestling without that toy line. That toy line did exactly what it was supposed to do. It marketed to kids like me. It got me into the product. I started watching Saturday Morning Superstars, and the rest is history. So I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm glad they got the license. I'm glad they're doing it. I am looking forward to seeing how they interpret a lot of characters. You know, we're going to get a Sting LJN eventually. That's great. We're going to get all these other, guys as LJNs for the first time who've been around the business for a while. That's great. And I'm looking forward to it.
So for everybody listening that doesn't know Alan that well, Alan is a big toy collector, over-the-top toy collector, such as myself. Alan's thing was 2021 was the end of toys. He always seems to find a way around this, though. So he's full of shit.
Full of shit.
He is full of shit. Everybody around him knows that. And he will be collecting every single one of these new Wrestling Superstar AEW LJN style wrestling figures.
And I hope they make a ring like they did back in the old days.
They probably
Sling 'em wrestling ring. There you go.
All right. Let's move on to some shit. I mean, I have one miscellaneous thing I want to talk about. I don't know about you. What's up, everybody? Again on Facebook.
What's up?
Shout out to you guys. Facebook is new for us. We're usually on YouTube, so shout out to you. Please drop us a W to say what up in the chat. We'd appreciate that, just so we know you're here. I want to start off with Tony Khan cucking, bro. Like, Tony Khan cucked hard over the Max Caster raps. If you listened last week, and anybody that listened, I fucking loved them. I thought the lines were all good. They were all fucking very sharp and poignant, and that's shit I like, man. I have a fucked up sense of humor, so I thought it was all good. Tony Khan went on Busted Open and basically was laying the cuck down, like just fucking just tucking his tail, giving that rolling over on his belly, come on, Tony.
Yeah.
Stand strong a little bit, bro. I cut the show. We cut it and read it, and we uploaded it. Tony, bro, come on, man.
The only thing I could think of, I think what drew the line for him was obviously the comments about, Julia Hart. And I think that
that was a great line.
That was, first of all, and I was a big...
All of them were great.
I was a big fan of all the lines against, Biden and Cuomo and all the shit that he's done over the last few months, which have been hysterical. But I think that when it comes to Julia, again, she's very young. She's only 19. He probably was like, this is where I got to draw the line, because...
Who cares? She's 19.
I agree.
She's a fucking adult.
I agree. I'm trying to get into his head as to why he finally drew the line, and I have a feeling that okay, so here's the thing. I have a feeling if they had...
Bro, you should have heard the shit I was saying at 12 years old.
Oh, same here.
I mean, come on.
But I can't think of anything else because, again, they've said other things, other very straddling the line things before this.
Yeah.
The fact that this is what did it, I have a feeling that has something to do with it. Like, I wonder whether or not, if they had, let's say, made those comments about Serena Deeb, let's say, I wonder if Tony Khan would have been as quick to flip the trigger to say, nah, I got to start editing the show now. I have a feeling it's because of Julia Hart, and I don't know. I just, that's the only thing.
Somebody said he came at Julia Hart hard as hell one other time about a double team or something in Paris.
He did.
Like, yeah. So I don't know because I don't know the reference and I didn't hear it. So
he did.
We
talked about that. I
have to feel that. Yeah, maybe that was you, but I mean, I feel like they have some kind of rapport where they're talking about this shit beforehand, so it shouldn't be an issue.
I am sure Julie gets very well along with them. I'm sure they talk about this beforehand. I'm sure, because again, Max Caster is a professional. I am sure that, like all professionals, he talks to the folks first to say, look, this is going to be rapping about. Are you cool? You have any issues with this? Snobby? Go ahead. You're fine. And I'm sure that she's been enjoying. First of all, it gets her a lot of attention, and she's been getting a lot of attention lately. She's been featured a lot more heavily lately on Dark Elevation, on the main show as well. And when you couple the fact that she's been getting a lot of attention lately, she's a big fan favorite. She's really good in the ring. Everybody always have a chant for her. They got the Julia, Julia. They do this huge chant with her whenever she comes out. She is right now a big fan favorite, and this only gets her more attention in a positive way. And I'm sure she is cool with it. Her reactions also are priceless. Like when they pan to her after he say what he's saying, priceless.
She was great on that show. Like with that, she was like,
her faces were perfect. So I'm a big fan. I think she's great. I think it sucks that now the problem is that this is how Max Caster makes his bones. If all of a sudden now you're going to edit his promos and you're going to make him all PG, he's going to suck.
Tony Khan's like, usually we go over his lines beforehand.
He's full of shit.
Okay, TK, you're going to... No, I'm sure they probably, he knows what he's going to say, but this is why he's a cuck, because he knows what Caster said. He knows what he's going to say. You know when Tony Khan reacts and goes on Busted Open and acts like a fucking cuck and rolls over on his back to let people pet his belly and be docile? Is because people complained, why'd he say this? He said that. This was one of the first ones where I felt like it seemed like everybody had something to say about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's like the chair shots, the unprotected chair shots. When that happened, remember? They all became cocks. Oh, no, it was the wrong chair. Oh, this, that, no. Dude, just eat it. Be the fucking man to stand up. Be the fucking man to stand up. Stop being like the rest of the world in these companies. I mean, you're out here doing death matches and crazy fucking matches with great blood and street fights. That's like shit that people, they go, we can't do that TV. Well, you're doing it. So stay strong, man. Hold your fucking head up and stick up for your people and let your people do what they do. It's that simple. I'm just tired of everybody just fucking caving and crying. Oh no. Everybody just caves the first bit, a little bit of controversy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
So, I don't know.
There is one other thing that I actually wasn't necessarily planning on bringing up, but I figure we might as well, because I can't remember. I'm trying to think of the timing of when this happened. Did you and Dub discuss last week about Vince McMahon's comments about AEW? I don't think that happened yet.
No, I didn't even hear him, honestly.
So Vince had the usual quarterly, investment call, and he was actually asked if he considers AEW to be competition. And his very snide answer was, first of all, he doesn't, but he actually said, and I'm paraphrasing here, I'm actually looking forward to giving them more of our talent. Again, I'm paraphrasing. Now, I don't know if you heard what happened 2 nights ago. There was a bloodbath at NXT. They released 10 to 12 superstars from NXT.
Yeah, I see.
None of them very, very big names, but
Bobby Fish,
big enough. Well, Bronson Reed was on there, man. Pete Dunne. You've got names on there.
Pete Dunne? I didn't see
Pete Dunne. I thought Pete Dunne was on there. Maybe I'm wrong about Pete Dunne.
No, I didn't see Pete Dunne.
He might be. I could have sworn Pete Dunne was on there, and I apologize if I'm incorrect. Again, least research. But Bronson Reed was definitely one of the biggest names on there, who has been getting a huge push lately. And he's just become a huge star for that company. A lot of these guys who were let go are guys who are young. These are not Christian Cage and Big Show and, all due respect, Sting and Jericho. These are guys who are young enough that
I love how you got to give me the with
I
all
gotta
due
say,
respect,
yeah, I gotta.
Sting.
I'm always gonna be respectful with you and Sting.
I would never be respectful
For Hogan,
for you
I know,
for
I
Hulk
get it.
Hogan, right?
I totally get it. With as least respect as possible, Hogan. But
I think it's because you respect Sting yourself.
I do. So. I love Sting, actually. Oh yeah, Sting is awesome. No, I'll admit it. I'll admit it.
That's fucking
but
great.
You really, everybody's like, well, we can't just have Tony Khan picking up all these WWE rejects, dude. These guys are not WWE rejects. These are homegrown green talent who can be molded, who are, Vince McMahon is making this joke, but he is going to be seeing dust soon if he continues to let these NXT guys go and they get snapped right up into developmental for AEW because they are going to be stars. And
Well, I saw people were pretty, pretty high on this guy Bronson, whatever his name is. I never seen him, so I don't know. I mean, Bobby Fish I could see coming over, especially Adam Cole maybe coming over. I would think he would be coming over.
Adam Cole, it's not been decided yet. He was offered a new contract. Apparently, WWE completely forgot about his contract. He reminded them. He actually said, "Hey guys, my contract is going to be up soon." He could have just let it go. It would have been done, and he would have had no 90-day. He could have just gone right to join Britt Baker at AEW if he didn't say anything. He is still up.
Well, there is no 9. I don't believe once your contract's up, you're free to go. I don't think there's a 90-day.
Well, NXT
I think it's if they release
shorter.
You, right?
It's
no, but I thought if they release you, that's when you get 90 days. But when your contract's up, your contract's up.
You're correct. You're correct. You're right. You're right. Right. So if Adam Cole's contract had expired, exactly the very next day he could have showed up on AEW. You're right.
Paul Palumbo in the YouTube chat says Pete Dunne's contract expires after SummerSlam. So that's maybe what
I'm thinking of. You're right. So if they don't renew Pete Dunne, exactly, it expires. He can show up on AEW that Wednesday night. But this is the thing, is that this is like probably killing someone like Triple H, who he has not been apparently involved in any of these moves. None of this is his decision. But Vince McMahon is essentially gunning NXT, and NXT is the actual competition at the moment, I think, for a lot of AEW in terms of the overall flavor of the programming. Yeah. And you let all these guys go, dude. Tony Khan is going to snap these guys up, and few years down the road, Vince is going to be seeing dust because this is bad. And I don't know whether or not they're positioning the company for a sale. There's a lot of that talk going on in the background, either to Disney or to somebody else. I certainly haven't heard anything. But you really do feel like they're positioning the company for a sale, that they're making more money than they have in their entire existence. And they keep cutting these guys. And AEW is going to keep snapping them up.
Well, what do you think? I mean, okay, we should have put this on, but I mean, of the list, Mercedes Martinez, I heard is pretty hot commodity. She's big. That'd be a great signing for the women's division. You said it's Bronson guy. What do you think?
Bronson Reed is huge. He's a star. Like, he's somebody who's been getting a lot of attention lately, but not to the point of, like, you're right. Like, the everyday wrestling fan doesn't essentially know who he is, but he is somebody who was believed was going to be brought up pretty soon. Obviously, getting called up to the main roster these days is almost like a death sentence for your career, right, NXT. Yeah. But that said, they had given him a shot on a dark match just that they wanted to see what he could do. The joke of it is that they bring these guys up for dark matches before Raw and SmackDown to see what they can do, when in fact they could just simply go and watch NXT. But Vince doesn't watch NXT. That's what the word is. He literally doesn't watch the program. He doesn't know who any of these guys are. And then they come up for a dark match. And granted, I give part of that fault to Triple H, that he doesn't have more communication with him in terms of setting him straight of who this talent is.
So, real quick, Football Scouting Report says I miss Ruby Riott. Rumor is she's already signed with AEW.
I heard the same thing. That was something else I was going to bring up in addition to this list. And she's very good. She's very talented. She is somebody.
But that was from the last release.
That was the last release.
Let's don't bring her up, because we just mentioned that now, so we don't need to go too in depth on that. We're guessing that might be Britt's backup. That's my guess. She might be one of them. That or the Iconics is a rumor.
Right.
Now Bobby Fish, I could see coming. He's getting older. I could see him coming to AEW. Yep. He's a very talented guy. Or going back to ROH.
Ring of Honor. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
some of these other guys are not.
and anybody else? I mean, nobody else on the list stood out.
Jake Atlas,
Big Dub, ZD's on for tonight, buddy.
He's on, man. Jake Atlas is kind of a minor name, but he is somebody who's also relatively pretty talented. Ari Sterling is relatively talented. The other guys here who I have not heard of is Kona Reeves, Leon Ruff, Stefan Smith, Tyler Rust, Zachary Smith, Asher Hale, and Giant Jangier. Those guys I have not heard of. I don't know who they are.
And you never know. Look, these people might go into the indies and other organizations, become better wrestlers and a little bit of a name, and AEW could take them then. Like right now, they don't need. It's literally like you got to pick and choose because AEW it's getting bloated.
It is.
You know, with how much talent they have.
But they are beginning a new show now, so this is like perfect timing for them to be able to stretch the roster a little bit.
Right. But it's only an hour. Big Dub, I hope you heard the beginning of the show, man. I might need you for the next 4 to 17 weeks. Definitely 4 weeks. But,
3, actually. 3.
3
weeks.
Sorry. All right. I don't think that there was anything else.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Miscellaneous. So we got to move on to the main show here. So we get to Dynamite now. Now, why does no one bring up Chris Hero? I don't know. Chris Hero.
I didn't see Chris Hero on this list. Was Chris Hero from a earlier release?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because Dub, I don't think I didn't see Chris Hero's name on this specific list of who was just released.
I think Chris Hero's been
released. I think so too. I think Chris Hero was maybe on the time when Ruby Riott got released, and I think he was on an earlier list.
All right, so we start off with Juventud versus Jericho. And man, I was really excited for this match, and it was kind of rough.
It was.
Juvi looked rusty. Jericho's so bad at setting up moves. I mean, these guys look like they were fucking green again. You know what I mean? You would never realize that these guys were two fucking 30-plus year veterans. You know what I mean? Like, they both looked fucking off. They looked off a step. They weren't. Obviously, I haven't wrestled in a long time, but it's like Jericho. I mean, you see this with a lot of Jericho stuff. He sets up so much stuff, and it's so obvious. I tell you, I was never been a Jericho fan. Early AEW stuff, I was kind of like getting excited about him. Like, all right, he's bringing some shit, and then you start to realize, no, he's just the same guy you hated before. Like, why'd you fucking let the AEW glitter fucking cloud your judgment on Jericho? You know what I mean?
And I'll be honest, I don't know whether or not, maybe it's because you're right. I mean, Guerrero also looked very flat, and maybe that is one of the reasons why Jericho looked flatter than usual. But I feel like Jericho is getting tired. And I mean that literally, like literally tired. He is doing a lot of wrestling recently, especially because he's doing these 5 labors of Jericho. He's older.
Stop getting drunk before the match.
Right, there you go. There's that. But I feel like, he is getting to the point where he needs to go on a Fozzy tour and take a break because he has been really tired looking. I thought it was Is
that a break? Is a tour a break though?
It's a wrestling break. Like, it's a break in that sense. It gets him out of the ring. I did find it interesting that, I didn't realize this, that, it was mentioned that the last time they met in the ring was in '99 in WCW. That is a long time ago, but they did not look like that they had history as far as like they did not look in continuity. They really looked rusty. The two of them together really looked rusty. So that was part of the problem too, is that you didn't have Jericho with a partner who can help carry the match to make him look better. Guerrero was obviously not that person who can do that. So the two of them together did look flat as fuck, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a rough match. I mean, it was good to see Juvi. I'm not gonna lie. He looks, the get up look sharp as good. Always. I'm glad he's got the mask on. But I'll tell you, AEW's ring is a little high. It seems like the ropes are a little taller than normal,
I think so.
Or what I used to be used to. And dude, it just made Juvi look that much smaller. I forgot how small he was. I forgot I think he's smaller than Ray.
I was going to ask you, are they? I thought they were the same height. Is that not true?
They're very close, but I kind of feel like, damn, I think Juvi was always smaller than Ray. but
yeah.
by a little. I'm not saying by a lot, but I always thought they were like very close. So it was kind of like, I was like, God damn, I forgot how small he was. I haven't seen him in forever. It was always a favorite of mine, though, Hoovy. Especially when he did the Hoovy juice. You know, he got that. They finally gave him that, let him have a personality. That shit was great. Paul Palumbo says Hoovy had wrestled only twice in 2021 before this, and of course didn't during the pandemic. Right. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how much he's been wrestling in general, but yeah, it just didn't mesh with these guys. Big Dub says, you mean to tell me Hoovy from the Mexicools didn't face Y2J? Yes, we get it. They're older. I get it. I'm not listen, I wasn't expecting Hoovy from 96.
Right.
All right. That's not what I'm saying. But a cohesive match that wasn't full of fucking hiccups, I would expect from two professionals, you know?
Sure.
So, and I'm fine with, I get it. I'm not upset with it. I'm just saying, not that I would even like say I expected at this point. I would just have liked it, considering I was just happy to see Hoovy after 20 some years of not seeing him. You know what I'm saying? So, after the match, Wardlow comes out and attacks Hoovy and Jericho. MJF says Wardlow's Jericho's next match, and I'm guessing MJF will be there and he'll be reffing. Maybe
I think that's the stipulation. It sounds like Okay. Yeah.
So that's a little bit interesting. Yeah. How the fuck they worked that out, you know? Next up, we had a Lucha Brothers promo that gets interrupted by Andrade. He wants him to join him again, and they just give him the same thing. We don't work for anybody, you know? So we'll see where this goes. I'm getting a little aggravated at promos that they get a word or two tops and then instantly interrupted. Like, can we get a guy in the middle of a promo and then gets interrupted or attacked, or, you know, like, don't just like, hey, I'm here with boom, boom, boom. Like, the guy gets fucking slapped around, beat up, kicked, attacked. Or, hey, I'm here with, oh, wait a minute. And then they come in, like, give us a little meat and then slap us with the bun. You know what I mean? So, you know, just like, that's a little tweak. That's like an easy tweak that AEW seems to not have tweaked, or nobody's complaining about it or talking about it. So AEW's not paying attention to it or thinking about it.
It's jarring.
Hey, Tony, if you're listening, fucking here you go, bro. Like, if you want honest fucking thoughts and opinions, Cornette Light, as what they like to call us, the Jersey version of Cornette, you know, listen, man, I'm here to help you be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I'm perfect, or my ideas are perfect, or Alan's not perfect, or his ideas aren't perfect, but, you know, like, we're just going to call what the fuck we see, you know, and that's just something that drives me fucking crazy.
It's very similar to the whole Tony Schiavone problem, that he starts to the mic and they just pull it out of his hand. It's like, oh, so what is he even there for? It's like, what is this other guy there who's doing the promo if he's just going to get interrupted right off the bat? What's the point?
Yeah, another fucking debacle. Here we go, Schiavone promo. Hangman basically says he's done with Dark Order and needs to go at it alone. Nothing too groundbreaking here. It's a way to peel Hangman away from Dark Order, and they'll do that again later in the show. So, you know, that's about it. That's what that segment was all about. And then we get Darby, Kingston, and Moxley versus 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. Pretty exciting match here. Pretty good and exciting match. Remsburg out there looking bad. He's supposed to be distracted. He looks back and catches the shit, then gets distracted again. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? At that point, you blew it. You blew it. Why are you looking back? Be distracted. The guy who's distracting you will give you the cue that now's the time to look back. He looks back, then he sees them fucking around, and then he gets distraction again. So looking awful. But the match was good. The one dude from 2.0 reminds me of somebody, man. I was trying to rack my brain. I'm thinking either one of the Nasty Boys or Anvil.
Oh.
did he give you that vibe in his promo and all that?
It's hard.
The stockier guy.
So it's hard to say because the problem is, I mean, and they mentioned this. I mean, I know them as Everrise from NXT, the two of them. So because of that, I keep remembering them from that, and I don't think so much to then go back a generation and see if they remind me of somebody else. So I.
No, not that they remind you in the ring or anything. His mannerisms when he does a promo.
Well, that's what I mean.
And the way he cadences his promo and talks in his promos. He's the one that's a little more outwardly like he's more, you know what I'm saying?
Anvil is probably a good comparison.
Like I feel like Nasty Boys or Anvil were the first things that popped into my head. I can't really. Maybe somebody that's listening can shoot us an email and let us know what, you know, if they kind of feel the same way or if it's somebody else. But he definitely it seems like he patterns how he does a promo after someone that I just couldn't put my finger on, or maybe I did and I'm just not realizing that I did. You know. What do you got on the match? No,
the match is good. I mean, I think, you know, I think 2.0 is great. I like how they are in the ring. I think they mesh really well with Kingston and company. I thought it was pretty good. I don't have anything like specifically outside of that, but of course, you know, I did think it was funny that, you know, Sting like stares them down, and Lee was freaking out that it's Sting. It's that was great to have a little fan service in there.
Yeah.
I like that. And
then Darby comes in and fucking, was it Darby that dove on him?
Yeah. Darby did the suicide dive at that point. And
that was a rough one too. Like he fucking, I mean, he hit him hard.
Yeah, Darby doesn't play around. Like he just leaves nothing to the wind, man. He just goes out there and that was like a crazy dive. But no, it was good. It was good.
Paul says he reminds him of Anvil too. All right, so the Anvil thing is kind of probably where I'm thinking then. Yeah, at first I thought Anvil, and I was like, maybe one of the Nasty Boys. I'm trying to play it in my head, but yeah, I mean, Anvil was the first thought. Nasty Boys came like, you know, during the promo just before them. I mean, they had a promo before the match, so. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's cool. That's all I got. Yeah, it was nice to see Moxley and Kingston and Darby teaming up. That was again, I'm not big into the excuse me, I'm not big into the whole multi-man tag matches, but that actually was a good team.
Yeah. What's his name? Even Moxley was like, you know, like they had Sting in the ring, and they were like, "This is Sting, man." You know? So that was pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
They hadn't interacted before, I don't think.
All right, next up, we had a promo with Elite. Now, this promo had a couple things that I didn't catch. I caught the one, I didn't catch the other few. Was it Gallows had a Ric Flair style robe on?
Yes, that's right.
Which was too small.
Yes.
All right. Now, I laughed. I go, this guy, he's fucking out here with the Ric Flair style robe on. It's too small. Didn't dawn on me that, dumbass, Ric Flair just fucking asked for his release. That's a little hint, if you want to call it a hint. Or just even like a Easter egg. Let's call it an Easter egg. Then the Young Bucks had on Hawaiian shirts for Bray Wyatt. Another little Easter egg. Kenny Omega had on a Cookie Monster shirt, CM.
That I didn't catch. I was wondering about the Cookie Monster shirt, but you're right. There you go. I missed that.
Somebody also said that he used to reference something about Cookie Monster too, CM Punk. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, really? Okay.
Or he used to joke that it stood for Cookie Monster or something. I don't know how true that is. Again.
Okay.
So there's that, and apparently there was when they were doing the baskets, they counted, or no, the spinning, they counted to 2,112 or 2012, which apparently there was a match between Bryan and Punk or something in 2012. I don't know, something to
Oh
that
no,
effect.
they did actually. That sounds about right as far as the year. That's okay. If that's really all that they're doing, that is very good. Good attention to detail.
Yeah, nice little Easter
Yeah.
egg. So I mean, it's interesting. This was all right for me, having some fun over the top heel shit
Yeah.
going on. You know, Gallows and Anderson will be defending their Impact Tag titles against Dark Order next week, so that's a cool little addition.
Yes.
And then Kenny gets to take his shots at Hangman.
Yes.
So, you know, I thought it did well. All those little Easter eggs after the fact. Obviously, I caught all but I caught one, missed the other one. Paul says Punk was asked once what CM stood for. He said Cookie Monster. So there you go.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I did catch the Flair thing. For some reason, it didn't click on me at the time that it was a Flair thing because he just got released. I just was like, look at this guy with the Flair style robe, and that's extra small on him, you know? So, and I popped for it, you know, him being him, because, you know, Gallows is always doing that weird shit. So, yeah, I liked it. I liked it overall. We get Santana Ortiz and FTR promos and a video package. They showed Wheeler's arm this time. They had a good angle of it. Catching on the hook. Oh, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was
That
nasty.
was very nasty.
Like, oh, fuck. Brutal. Just brutal. So there you go. I mean, we got to see it. On the show itself, it was blocked. You couldn't really see it from the angle that they had on TV. Next up, we had Christian versus Blade. Have at it, buddy, because I didn't watch it.
I only peripherally watched it. Again, Christian is boring the living hell out of me. I hate that they're giving him this winning streak, and they are referencing this winning streak. It's like we're supposed to be making a big deal about the fact that Christian is on a winning streak, and why is he on a winning streak? Again, he's got to be getting some of this talent over, and he's just not doing it at all. You know, I don't have too many notes on this, to be honest. It was so. I'm bored by him, honestly.
Yeah, we can move on. We don't have to.
Yeah, I don't got much.
I have no interest. I have no interest. That's why
he won.
Watch it. Yeah.
I mean, he won again, so he's keeping this winning streak going.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
later, so.
yeah.
That's part during the show. So, next up, we had a Brit promo. Red Velvet comes out and challenges Brit. Brit says she's beat her in 3 minutes, and Red Velvet says that's when she was enhancement.
Yeah.
Oof. Just fucking oof. Like, what are you doing? That's when I was enhancement talent. That's like fucking fake. This
is what they do.
That's like as cringeworthy as the fucking EVP shit.
This is what they do. They keep using, again, Paul White was doing this on the commentary. She's really stalling the leg. They use this industry term stuff all the time, and all it does is take you out of it. I don't think I ever would have heard somebody referring to themselves as enhancement talent before, to actually use that terminology. And I got to tell you, I feel like this is going to be a messy match because, again, Red Velvet is actually very good in the ring, I think. But I think I've mentioned this before, she overdoes everything. She's like a cartoon character. I don't know how that's going to mesh with Britt Baker's suckiness in the ring. I think it's going to be a messy match. I really do. I'm glad that they're actually putting Red Velvet in there because I do feel like she's been there long enough that it would be nice to see her, get a championship opportunity. But
she's a good enough face to put in there with Britt for now to take a
exactly,
loss. So.
Exactly. Much better than Nyla Rose as far as matching the two of them together, which just didn't work at all. But I feel like this is going to be a mess. I mean, they played it up very well. Promo, outside of the enhancement talent comment, it was well played up.
Just come on, like I'm still I forgot about it until I reread my notes, and I'm like, oh
yeah,
I'm just more disgusted now than I was during the show.
Yeah.
All right, Andrade with a promo here. Chavo says they've hired somebody, that he's hired somebody, and he out comes Fuego del Sol, and basically, he tells Chavo to shine Andrade's shoes. Then Andrade just attacks him, and they call out the Lucha Brothers. I mean, it's, I don't know what that was all about. I mean, poor Fuego. I guess they want to get him on TV because Fuego's a favorite in this company.
Yep.
And, and to the fans, that watch a lot of the vlog stuff. So,
that's exactly what that felt like.
Right. It was just like, let's
get him
Fuego
TV
out there,
time. Exactly.
Yeah. He's a luchador. Yeah. Hangman's out there for a promo. The Elite come out. Kenny leading the promo. I loved it. He was great here. The Dark Order come out, but Uno and Grayson hold him back. Kaz tries to help out, but gets worked over. Kenny caps it off with a belt shot to the head. This, again, I felt was more or less just a way for them to keep the divide going that they started earlier with Dark Order and Hangman. So it did what it had to do. Kenny was great. Had no problem.
Yeah.
With it. No problem with it at all.
Yeah, it's nice to finally see them again, having more interaction, Kenny and Hangman. And, it's just feeding up that title match for whenever that's going to take place.
Yeah. Supposedly Hangman's having a kid soon. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's...
Ooh.
They didn't want to, push it any further and then get mixed up in the whole CM Punk and Bryan thing. That's rumors.
Okay.
Rixie Boy says, when match? What match? When match?
Probably Kenny and Hangman, and it's not been announced yet. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're still just jawing. They're still just building it up.
Yeah. I'm going to say Revolution.
I think you're right.
I think Revolution.
I think it's going to be Revolution, too. That sounds about right for as far as timing goes. They can milk this until then. I can't see it happening any other time at this point.
Yeah. I know Jimmy's around because Jimmy's all salty and he's in the chat and he's in a private chat here, and he's telling Big Dub when is he gonna buy out our shit show.
I'm not
so he's
that.
salty. Yeah, he's salty because I'm sure he heard us early. He heard me earlier ripping his fucking, my good friend, my buddy who looks out for his boys. So I know he's listening. He just has no balls to put it in the podcast chat here. He's just doing it in private on Facebook chat. So next up, we'll move to Miro versus Lee Johnson. It was a good match, clean match, exciting match. It worked. Obviously Miro was going to win this, and Miro just continues to look good. Yeah,
Miro's looking really, really good. I feel like they're going to have to push him someplace further some point soon. He needs to, I'd rather see him in the spotlight at this point more than even what's going on with MJF's crew. It's just that they're getting tired. I feel like Miro's getting more exciting. I think he's going to have to start stepping up more to face some of the more top talent.
Well, here's the deal. I think I agree with you, but I think right now they're wanting to make him this monster and keep him as a monster, and they don't want to put him in some kind of major feud.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So he can't be the monster against another major talent.
Yeah. Okay.
If he's going to be in a feud, there has to be some sort of give and take,
Yeah.
Paul Palumbo asked, who does Omega face at All Out? Christian? I hope not. I have a feeling it's going to be Christian. When's All Out? Damn, when is that?
Let me do a quick...
Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, Big Dub, whatever. That's why you
September 5th.
help me out every week. September. Oh yeah, so it's
coming up very quickly.
Yeah, so it'll be Christian, and yeah, I would hope not either, but unfortunately, it's gonna be Christian. Big Dub, I don't know why you got to take these shots, bro. I bring you on, show love, you show support by helping out, and you still got to try to hit us, bro. Why? Why? We're two different shows, bro. Two different shows.
We're not competition.
Yeah, I let you talk on this show. It seems like your fucking lead host doesn't let you talk. I let Alan talk a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I'm just fucking with it now. All right, it looks like Looks like Paps got their wish from their Twitter last week and took over that Domino's spot, huh?
Oh man,
Paps with the fucking Major Wrestling Figure Pod fucking crew. You know?
Yep. Big coup for them.
Yeah. I mean, that was cool. Who knows? Who knows what's up with Domino's?
By the way, very quick aside, but since we're talking Domino's, I tried recently their new cheeseburger pizza. It sounds disgusting, but it's not bad.
Domino's?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, you see. What is it? It's just beef.
It's beef and cheese and onions and I think they got mayo and mustard. It's like a cheese, whatever you would have on a cheeseburger, but they put it on top of the pizza. Believe it or not, it sounds gross. It's actually not bad.
All right, man. I'll take your word for it.
Sometimes I eat some disgusting shit, but
Yeah, I don't know. And here's what I was talking about earlier. Christian does a promo and number one contender announcement. So there's your answer. Paul, obviously you kind of felt the same. You knew it was coming, but that's basically it. So it looks like they're going to build a little something with Christian leading into Revolution. So it's probably going to be a week or two build and then the match, which kind of sucks for your world title. You know what I mean?
I agree.
A 2 to 3 week build is not really where you want your world title to be on a pay-per-view.
No.
You know, who knows?
And this is part of the problem with how AEW does their storytelling and the timing of their pay-per-views. They're obviously building a very long story here with Hangman. It feels like you then veer off. You get off the wrong exit on the freeway to quickly have this other match that it's going to get built up right for just a couple weeks, and it's like, what's the point? It doesn't. The entire storytelling just feels off and I think a lot of that does have to do with the fact that their pay-per-view schedule is, of course, not very formulaic. It's not a typical pay-per-view schedule, but the problem with that is that they're forced to make these diversions, I guess, because they don't want to shoot their load too soon and have something on a show that they don't feel is a strong enough platform for a match of the caliber of Hangman and Kenny. And that it jars me a bit, with how they do their schedule in that regard.
Right. I don't mind I love the long-term storytelling stuff. I really do. And I think, honestly, when did Kenny win it? Last Revolution he won the title?
Yes, actually, yeah. It was the last Revolution. Yeah. You're right.
So I want Kenny to go into Revolution. I would even push it to fucking Double or Nothing in May. To be the world champ for over a year. It's the same thing I felt about Shida. It makes their reigns mean that much more. It puts them on a certain level. And that's where it is. Unfortunately, Shida was the one that reigns for a year. She loses a title and she's relegated to fucking Dark Elevation. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't know what happened there either. It's weird. I was going to ask you about that on the side. I found that very weird that all of a sudden now you're only seeing her on the enhancement talent shows. It's
find something for her, man. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we had the Bunny versus Leyla Hirsch. This apparently was for a NWA Women's Title show. Okay. I get the Bunny's a heel, so whatever. I didn't watch this. I fast forwarded it, and Leyla won over the Bunny, which kills me.
Yeah, I was very, very disappointed with that. I get why they want to do it, because exactly, if you have the Bunny win, she's a heel. It's kind of weird, but I would have much rather see the Bunny fighting for the NWA title. That would have been so much better than what we're going to be getting here.
Now, I get it, because the NWA champion is a heel.
Yeah,
right?
and they're doing a David versus Goliath thing, because she's like 6 feet taller than Leyla Hirsch is.
What's her name? Camille?
Yeah. Hold on, what's her full name? I have it written down here somewhere.
So she was there to get face to face with Leyla Hirsch. Bro, it was comical. It was just comical, bro. It was, it was like Jade and Red Velvet.
Even worse. I think that the height difference between these two is even more of a parody than Jade and Red Velvet. It's even more so. It's crazy.
It was crazy.
It looks comical.
It definitely looks comical. We had a Jade and Sterling promo. They've been doing these promos, just about building her brand. So that's all it was. Nothing too fancy about it. And they did mention that people have been wanting to see her wrestle, so she'll be wrestling. So that's good. I'm glad. She definitely. I'm sure she's training and doing these promos to keep her in the spotlight. And she's still training and still getting better and still learning. So, now they're probably going to start plying her trade a little more on television. Yep. Finally, we get for the main event, Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes. Black looks great, dude. It's my first time seeing him. I've never watched him wrestle. Yep. This was pretty short and sweet. With Cody doing the job. Finally doing the fucking job. Paul says Hirsch is 4'0". Exactly.
She's 4'9". So she's like,
no, nothing.
Oh, 4'0". Nothing.
And he says CM Punk versus Darby is the main event of All Out, whether it goes on last or not in Chicago. Yeah, it's probably going to be a really fun match.
For sure.
If that's still direct. I mean, it seems like that's a direction they're going to go, but all right, so I was impressed by Black. Of course, after this match, there's plenty of time left, 4 or 5 minutes left, and you get Cody out there waxing poetic again, doing what Cody does on the mic. Then he proceeds to take off his boots in a symbolic retirement deal. He gets one off, and then Black attacks him from behind. This is kind of leaving everything in the air. This is Cody feels like he needs what cracks me up about this is Cody has not had any hardship in a long time that he would have this vibe that he needs to retire because he lost to Black. You know what I'm saying? So it was very weird, and I have a feeling the direction my thought on the direction they're going to go with this is obviously he got attacked, so he's going to want get back, so he's not going to retire. Or he's not going to retire, and it's just going to turn him into something else that Black wanted to bring out of him and turn him heel.
I hope it's the latter.
So I could see Cody using this to turn him heel.
I hope it's the latter. I hope that's the case.
So I mean, what do you got on this match? What's your thoughts? I mean, the whole show.
It was great. Again, Black looks like exactly what I've seen him as. He is a monster if used the right way. He is a huge talent. This was easily of all the guys who were let go or released or what have you. This was the worst loss I think the WWE suffered was losing him. What I liked a lot too was, and I wasn't on the show to talk about this last time, but they are maintaining some amazing continuity where I don't know if you guys discussed it. Do you know why his eye is all messed up, that one eye? Why that is?
I believe Dub mentioned it. I don't understand it.
So Seth Rollins injured that eye of his in WWE again in a match. It wasn't real. Right. I love that they carry that over, and it makes him look so menacing. He's not wearing a patch. He actually is just showing a fucked up eye, and it makes him look really menacing, and it adds a hell of a lot to his overall character and look. So I thought that was brilliant that they carried that over. But yeah, he looks great. It was a great match, and he looks like he's being positioned as a monster, and that is big if he is responsible for either retiring quote unquote Cody or putting him into a different direction.
Yeah, I mean it's nice that fucking Cody lost for once with somebody that just came into the company.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, if he had beaten Black, I quite literally would have stopped watching the show. I'm not kidding. That would have been it. That would have been it.
I'm still pissed off about that fucking Pentagon shit.
I know.
I mean, listen, I was fucking impressed with Penta with the mic thing and Alex Abrahantes doing the fucking promo work with him. I was like, this is fucking great. It was an opportunity. It was an opportunity for them to pull Penta into singles, which everybody wants to see as a heel, you know, and they kind of just dropped the ball. They just like gave this little short 1 or 2 2-week feud that, you know, Cody and him feuding would have been fucking brilliant.
Would have been awesome.
You feud for fucking 6 months, that would have been fucking great. 4 months, 3 months, whatever. Even a 3-month feud would have been fucking brilliant. Yeah. But you can't tell anybody anything about this shit, man.
Yeah.
Paul says Black is more over in a month in AEW than he was in 3 years in WWE.
Well, I'll disagree a little bit there. He was very over, but they didn't take advantage of the fact that he was over. And obviously a lot of that was hurt by the fact that it was during the pandemic, but he really, like, everybody loved him as far as the fans go in the back. He had a lot of pull and a lot of attention on him. And it was weird that he was just, that was the weirdest of all the moves that were made as far as who they decide to let go. That was the weirdest to me, because they didn't even tap him yet enough.
Well, I believe he asked to be released, so that's why.
Was it actually a request of his? See, okay,
yes,
even if that's the case, I don't know. They could have done something to keep him.
I don't think they're trying to do much to keep him. They've let a bunch of people go that they asked for their release, which is surprising considering now they have competition. Yeah. You know, Miro was one of them. So
I mean,
or wait, did he run out? He might have ran out, but I think he asked for release.
He did actually. Yeah.
Paul popped me. Paul said, Penta says that was bogus. Alex Abrahantes does the Penta said, and he'll say, so that popped me. Thank you, Paul. I really enjoyed that. I think Abrahantes is doing great with him. I think that's his name. Hopefully I'm not butchering it, but that was that's a nice little duo there. As Alan beats on his fucking drums.
Sorry about that. Again, that's the Mac. That's the damn Mac.
My whole fucking desk is shaking over here. Falling over. I swear that's how it sounds when you type.
God.
Jesus
Sorry
Christ,
about that.
dude.
There must be a way to silence that, and I'm not sure exactly how. I got to look into that.
I'm telling you, because you probably are not. You're probably using the mic from your laptop, so it's just getting all that reverberation.
Yeah, should it be though? Because I have my headphones plugged in, which means that the mic should be coming from here.
You know what you do? You look at the drop down on your Skype, the drop down on the microphone, and see what it says. That'll tell you right there.
Okay.
In Skype. Go ahead, go. All right. Look, we're at the end of the show, bro. We can waste some time.
Let's see.
See the microphone at the bottom with the.
Hold on, I gotta get back to the main screen.
On the Skype screen, buddy. When you're looking at my ugly mug.
Yeah. Okay, here we are. I got it.
See, click it. What does this show as your microphone?
It doesn't say. It says default device, right. But it's not saying what that is. But it is saying default device.
There should be a.
Yep. USB audio device and MacBook Air microphone are the other two options.
Yeah.
But then wouldn't that be highlighted instead of
now, is there click the drop down?
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, that might explain a lot because. Okay. So what am I changing it to?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably your MacBook Pro. This is your USB. Your headphones are USB, correct?
You can hear me now? Okay, so that answers something. I may have told you that I felt that this thing went at work. Nobody was hearing me on this anymore.
So USB device.
But you're
No, I
probably
can't even
right.
hear
You're
you.
probably right. I think the microphone on
No,
this
I
thing
can't hear
completely
you.
went. I have another microphone, actually. My brother gave me this
can hear
great
you
microphone
now.
I've been using with work. So yes.
You'd have to play with it off the podcast. That was just quick little fun since we're near the end here.
Oh, see, I thought that was okay. Okay.
I'll tell you the
All right,
I'll
well,
tell
that
you the
does
problem with. Oh, you got a thing off the ear.
Right
Okay.
here, exactly.
See, 'cause
but
when
I think it is
Simon
broken because it
comes on
does
the
not
show,
work on
he's
Zoom
got one
calls
that's on
anymore. Nobody
the
can hear me
wire.
on this thing.
So you know what
My
happens
microphone
is
is
he lays
broken
there,
on my
and every
laptop
time
at
he
work.
fucking moves
So
the
my
ear-
strike 3 is now this external microphone that my brother gave me to
Yeah.
use.
But yours
That's what this looks
yours
like.
comes
It
off
looks
the
like that,
headset
only it's
itself,
just
right?
it stands on.
Yeah,
It's on a little stand. But it's not, though. I think I'm now going to have to start using that. That's the problem too, exactly. So
We need to get you.
I'm on a very
regular
big.
USB
You know what though?
mic.
No, but here's the thing. Last thing I'll say, I'm hoping that this will be improved when I'm back in
What are you
Burbank, because in
is that what you're
Burbank,
using now?
I'm going to be on an actual large table that's going to be more.
I mean, it doesn't
it's
help
not
that
going to
you
be on a
have it
little
on the
desk like
desk
this,
that
so
you're
it's hopefully going to be
pounding
much
keys
better. I'll have more room for the microphone. You're probably going to notice I'm going to sound a lot better.
Anyway, I'm done,
because that external
done
microphone is
breaking
going to
your
be room
balls.
for it to be set up, and that's going to work much better. So you're going to see my setup. The next time you see me on this show, the setup is going to be very different. I will have more room to put everything where it needs to be than I do now. Where literally, yes, I'm on a little table on my lap at the moment. It's not a good setup, so it'll be much better. Your audio sounds fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Big Dub says fix my audio. I have no idea what's wrong with it, buddy.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it might be. It might just be the stream, brother. It might just be the stream. It's out of sync with my lips.
Thank you.
I believe most of the time it is. Anyway, that'll be it for today, guys. Alan, good finally seeing you again, buddy. Thanks everybody for joining us. Everybody who joined us on Facebook. We had a good amount of people checking us out on Facebook.
Really?
So thank you for that.
I mean, I hear you fine.
Please like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Uncensoredalliance.com is where you find everything we do. Email AEW Uncensored Podcast at gmail.com. Get us there anytime. Now he says I'm muted. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Maybe it's just him, bro. Maybe it's just him. Because my audio seems... Everything's there. Anyway, let me finish this. If people don't hear this, big deal. It's just promo shit. Facebook, AEW Uncensored Podcast. Throw that in the search bar. We got a page and a group. Like the page, join the group. We're on all third-party podcast applications. Also on Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Radio, and iTunes. Please write us a review on iTunes. All right, don't let the one-star fucking reviewers outdo the ones of you, those of you that listen to the show and enjoy it. All right, please send us some good reviews too.
No, I think that's everything.
Skype,
I'll see everybody.
That's how you get on the show with us.
Yes.
That's it. Just send me a message. Say yo.
Which will be 12:05 for me the next
days
time I
might
see
wanna get
you,
on the
as
show,
far as
and
in the
I'm like,
afternoon.
Yo, no problem. Yeah, I mean.
I know. I missed that. That's right. Rampage. Rampage starts on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how different it feels. If it does feel any different at all from Dynamite, if it just feels like another show, or if they're going to be doing something different with it as far as overall production, it'll be interesting to see.
What's cool about this is next week we'll be going over the new show, Rampage. So, yep.
Yep. See y'all later. Peace.
So, yeah, that's it. I just want to say thank you for listening.